welcome back to Mech Engineer, where at the very last moment in the last episode, we dropped a nuke. Or rather, we designated an area to have a nuke dropped on it. Now, the thing with nukes is they fall as the very last component of the turn. So, bear this in mind. If you're trying to aim at something that's moving, it's going to get to move first, so don't aim where it is. Aim where you suspect it is going to be, and then hope. Thankfully, nests don't move, but I have no idea if you can nuke yourself. This absolutely seems like the sort of game where you can nuke yourself. So, word to the wise, don't, maybe. Right, with that said though, tomorrow we're going to get a couple more motors. Very excited to see that. So, let's pass the day. Sounds like something exploded. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a cutscene or something, but alright. Maybe in this world, just dropping nukes is just such a humdrum part of the day. It's like, oh, well, just there's a sound, sure, because you can't really hide that, but you're not going to get to see it. Why would you even care? That wasn't a good day for our materials, but we did make quite a few things. So we also popped up a whole mech to be constructed, so there is a part of that cost was in there. Now we've got a bunch of things ticking down. I'm going to allow this to finish and this to finish as a priority, also this one and this one. This one here is not a priority. So once this is done, depending on how many scientists we get back, I might take this one off being researched in order to switch over to researching mechs. But the anti-missile system, the processor, and the reactor are high priorities for me, so we're going to be keeping those ones on the go. But as far as wounded humans, not too much help there. Overall efficiency did go up, though. Consumer goods kind of holding level, and for the first time, I do believe, we have 100%. On both food supply and consumer goods. I suspect that this is going to flip-flop a little bit more because we didn't stockpile any consumer goods. We just broke even. So we'll see how that one goes. But that is actually a big milestone for us. We've currently got 3 different systems at 100%. City damage is still climbing, though. Right, tomorrow we're getting some armor being produced. That's not the armor being made. That is very confusing. And we'll also get the ability to repair our mechs a little bit better. But for now, let's go ahead and check in on the upgrades. Now, I have mentioned that I would very much like to be focusing on life support systems. They are by far the lowest repaired system. And Azure Sky 8955 suggested we look in the bottom right corner of the upper ring for the water and air purifiers, as they'll improve life support systems by 3% rather than the 2 that we expect to see from the medical compartments. But this will also improve wounded humans as well, so and consumer goods. But let's have a quick look. Is this these the ones? That's the water purifier. That's the air purifier. We can't improve the air purifier, but the only thing this improves is the life support system, and city damage, of course. But alright, well, I'm fine with at least investing 1 into this, the water purifier. Are they both dependent on the same thing? No. They are dependent on different things. There's a residential area here, and another residential area over there. Okay, well, we can definitely get these all upgraded. Let's try and get these up to level 3 before we turn our attention elsewhere, because that'll give us that'll give us another 6%, which I think will be a big help. But there we go. Let's get that in there. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Azure Skies. Right, now then, with all of that done, let's have a quick gander down hither. Now, technically, we have nuked this area, and you notice that hasn't gone away. But if we move it away, one thing you could see is that this had changed. So the numbers are updating automatically as we go, and I'm absolutely okay with that. So, time for us to start heading southward, I would say, though first and foremost we've got to obviously pick out a location to run a mission. We've got a couple of spots, though this one is probably chief amongst them. We're going to have an Ares, a fairly standard map. Not very much going on there at all, actually. We've got a few missions underneath the storm, which we are definitely not going to be running volcanoes underneath the storm. I'm not completely against running these maps anyway, but not a storm. That just seems like silliness. And dealing with this underwater also seems like silliness. So, given all of that, looks like we're just going to be running a quick mission to deal with this area, and we're going to take everyone out. I think this is going to be a fairly quick and easy deployment. Now, let me quickly get the mech set up. Okay, here we go, ready to deploy. Now, the last mission we sent out, I think it was with Phoenix, using the enhanced drone repair. So we're going to do that again. Phoenix, you're going to be prioritizing the Ares over here. Shellcracker is also going to be prioritizing Ares, and is going to be piloted by Soundsphere. I'm going to have Mr. Brown prioritizing the Brucus. We will have Marshmallow also prioritizing the Ares, piloted by Bicklow. And down here we will have Digrig in the final slot, and Shepard, I would actually like you to prioritize the Ovum if possible, and Mr. Pink will also be helping Digrig prioritizing the Communal Garden Operarius. Alright, time for us to launch. This is the deployment cost. If we could bring this down, and it has been suggested that we do, then we will be able to relax a little bit more when it comes to the amount of resources it costs to deploy into these locations. Okay, so you're on the far side. We've got a storm over there, of course we do. It is, after all, a desert. We have a lot of nests down in this direction. We're starting to see a lot more nests popping up now. It's becoming a little bit of a concern. Let's switch over to a different view mode so we can see the root network beneath the nests here. 3 Brucus, that should be enough to cover all of this. Honestly, right now, though, my concern is not the resources, it is the pilot experience above all. Right, okay, so let's start moving and sweeping down through these nests. Obviously, we want to see the Shellcracker engaging from afar. Let's move over on this side. Well done, Shellcracker. Fantastic work there. Perfect. Very nice indeed. Now let's hold tight over here. We should be able to get a decent view of those nests with Shellcracker from this position, I would say. Now, for the time being, I'm happy to allow the bugs to move forward. And honestly, being on this side of the map is probably better for us ultimately, simply because we are where the wind starts. The wind is blowing us, much like the previous time that this happened, in this direction. And it's also affecting the bugs as well, which is an interesting one to note. Now, are we going to be able to punch through here? One of the mechs just overheated. Which one overheated? It was Mr. Brown. Well, that is unfortunate. Mr. Brown overheated as a consequence of the much more rapid firing rockets. I did not fully test it at 149. I only tested it at 107. Duly noted. That is a mistake on my part that we are probably going to be punished for, I think. But, okay, we'll see what we can do. Going to need to dial that down a little bit more, since we are going to be fighting in the deserts quite a lot, I should imagine, moving forward. Right, we want to try and take out these nests as quickly as we can, reduce the amount of operaries being thrown our way, and also any Ares as well. We are going to be a little bit more aggressive here, but I'm cautious about getting too close with the Shellcracker online. For things like that, exactly that, in fact. But let's have a quick look. I may have to more aggressively manage Russell's firing clearance, just to prevent the overheats from getting too much for us to handle. Let's have a quick look in there. Temperature is getting up, and I'm going to turn that off for now. Let the temperature hopefully equalize a little bit, but we might have to go without Mr. Brown for this one. Yeah, it looks like the temperature gets right up there. We might have to do the rest of this mission without Mr. Brown helping, which is a bit of a shame, but it's what we're going to have to do for now. Alright, well, let's scooch forward. I know we're moving towards this, but my hope is that we can laser the Brucus there to death. Ideally, as soon as the Operaris aren't visible anymore, we should reprioritize the Brucus. Okay, we removed one of the... Oh, that got way too close there. We're being pushed into range of the turrets. I might actually turn turn the Mr. Brown's missile system back online in a moment, just so we can try and chase down that Brucus. Though, realistically, that is not a high priority for us, but still, I don't want to go out of this mission ending up spending more than we earned. That would not be ideal, I would say. Right, let's try and move around this, get a good sightline, because I'm very worried that that'll catch a stray missile there. Honestly, the shell cracker on missions with high wind is it's a bit hairy. I'm not going to lie. It's not my favorite by a fair margin, but still, it's doing some good work here. We have got only a couple more nests above. We can see that Russell has taken armor damage, and that may honestly have come from overheating. The overheating does inflict damage, and it's usually not something we're going to need to worry too much about, but it is something that we do need to be aware of. Now let's continue marching forward. Hopefully we can take out this nest relatively quickly before that tornado chases us down, which it is apparently trying to do with great conviction. We also need to eliminate that Ares. Thank you very much, lasers. Did a fantastic job there. Let's continue creeping up behind, remove this nest if we can. That Ares just charged straight into us. Uh-oh. You are getting caught by the tornado. Quickly, keep up. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Alright, we have got a bit of problem here. Let's select everyone and move up there as quickly as you can, please. It is going to continue punching through there, and yep, it has. And can you cover it with the shield? Yes, you can. Okay, that's not too terribly bad then. There we go. Let's punch through this if we're able to. We took a bit of damage there, unnecessarily, I might add, but it looks like overall didn't even get through the armor. Nice. Very nice, actually. I'm okay with that. Alright, well done. Now we just need to clear up the last little bit of this mess, and then we can complete the mission. Alright, considering what we were fighting against, and considering my mistake there on not being absolutely certain that that Mr. Brown, with the much more rapid reload, would be able to handle these temps, we did okay, I will say. I'm sure Russell isn't super fond of the fact that I made such a big mistake, but there we are. In terms of deployment costs, we just about made it. We only took out one Brucus in total. The others got away. That is kind of worrisome, but oh well. Right, let's have a quick look through here. Russell, let's have a look at you. So, total reloading time for explosive weapons. 16.32 seconds was spent reloading, and the average reactor temperature was 0.63. Not the best by far. Let's have a look. Encrypt has crept up to level 6, so we can now give Encrypt a drone control system, which I think we will. Right, okay, let's head on out. Thank you very much. Very, very minor repair cost. That's not too bad, all things considered. Right, let's get our pilot out of the mechs. Let's get him into the hospital. I would like to see if Russell is particularly worse for wear from being inside that mech while it was overheating so much. Russell... No, actually, Russell isn't anywhere near the bottom here. So, Phoenix, you are going to need to top up your vitality. I'm going to say Bicklow definitely needs to as well. Outside of that, does anyone need CBS training? Yes. Cologne number 2 desperately needs it, so let's pop you in there. You will get a name once you get deployed. For now, though, you can just continue training for the time being. Right, okay, well, all of that done. It looks pretty good. Now, for Encrypt, again, we've got the tanking ability, so once every 3 seconds with a 15% chance, taunts all enemies for 3 seconds. Now, that would be a good combination with evasion, or, well, actually, I don't think there are too many other good combinations for this. I think going for the repair drone is not going to decrease Encrypt's performance. It'll just give us more tactical flexibility, so sure. Let's get that one for you, Encrypt. Now, the next one is, of course, we want to bring up Isham to the same level, so we're going to have to make sure that Isham is being deployed, whether in the dig rig or another mech. Doesn't really matter too much on that one. Right then, with that done, it's time for us to check out research and production. Is there anything we really want to do? We've only got 50 engineers to be able to deploy here, which is a bit of a pain. We are going to want a lot more motors. We're going to want 6 motors for when the other plate is available. So let's go ahead and pop those in right now. We didn't have to spend any on getting the repairs done. If we have a look down here, 200 engineers are required to turn this rocket, the reactor mass, I guess, the enriched materials from the city's reactors into a nuclear missile. So that's going to be something that I would love to be able to start cranking out every day. But actually, did I say that right? Yeah, it's as many bays as a mech, so we would have to lock down an entire bay, and it still takes 2 days. So if I wanted one every other day, every day rather, I'd have to completely lock down the engineering bay, which is obviously not something that we're going to be doing. But still, it is an option for trying times. Right, well, with that one done, the last thing for us to do is to choose on our movements, and our movements are going to be straight south. We're going to continue heading down. And are there any other cities down here, I wonder? There might be somewhere around here if we're very lucky. Let's just see if there is a city that shows up at all. Are there any other cities down? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we'll head on down. The goal is, once we reach this point, to try and hit all of the points of interest in turn. So, well, actually, I don't know what order we're going to do them in, but probably the gold one last, based on all of the feedback that we've gotten. And then from there, head down and start collecting the part moving up here through the South America. And that should be our path to victory. Okay, well, we've got no other strategic attacks we want to do. I'm going to be holding on to this until we've got a reason to use it. So for now, let's just go ahead and pass some time. Okay, we got 14 wounded humans. They are out of the med bay. Food supply has dropped again a little bit. Consumer goods are staying at 0, but it is 100% there, which is nice. Still, we want to continue to try and push it. City damage, I mean, it's saying it's not going up, but we are going to continue taking damage. That's just the way it's going to be. We did get quite a lot of engineers back from that one, though, which is quite nice. And tomorrow we're going to get even more engineers besides. But you may have noticed down here, Saturday and Sunday, we are starting to see insects, aliens on the calendar. Now, from what I have been told, this means that we are going to start seeing these enemies. Oh, man, are these the ones that eat mechs? These enemies in every mission. And I believe it's basically like a forecast. It will change. Yeah, okay. The Gamorous. This will change based on... I'm not sure if it's weekly, bi-weekly, or fortnightly, something like that. But we are going to have to start worrying about that moving forward. Right, so we have got water purification up to where it needs to be. Next up, let's improve this residential area by 1 level. And then from there, we will improve the air purification system on the next day. Now, let's have a quick look at our available missions. That one would be okay. We obviously want to go straight south if we can. We've actually got 3 fairly good missions. Do any of them have resources? This one does have a decent amount of Munilon. What about this one? We could also run a mission here. And it has been pointed out that it was Aliki Moko, sorry for stumbling over your name there, pointed out that even if I have no intention of clearing the nest, it would be worth sending a group to clear the surface, as they will still get the Brukers present before retreating. And thereafter, the tower will have a red border with the number inside, so it won't just have an exclamation mark, which makes data gathering a lot easier. And also, it will respawn a Brucus daily, apparently, which would allow me, if I had nothing else to do, to send a single moderately armed mech just to kill the Brucus. The Brucus is no threat. So effectively, if you're sat next to a bunch of nest entrances that you've previously cleared, you could farm those locations for resources every day. That is a huge, huge tip. Thank you very much for that one. So we might actually clear this out. It's only got 5 nests and 3 Brucus there, whereas this has 8 nests and 3 Brucus. Over here, 8 nests. Some interesting maps, though, as well. 20 nests. Why has this one got so many, then? What on earth is that? Is that because of the proximity of nests? But that's only a 2. This is a 2, so that doesn't make much sense to me, I must confess. Either way, I think we're going to clear this one out today, and then possibly run 2... I think we could afford to run 2 lances. One to clear this nest, and then one to clear the space down below. So let me get our pilot ready for business. Okay, now... as I don't yet have 8 mechs, this is going to be a spear, and Mini Murgle will be the tip of the spear. We are going to be sending out Russell with the Mr. Brown. They'll be able to use their drones on everyone, but all of the mechs have drones. So they'll have their personal drone, and Russell can also help out a little bit extra. Shepard, now for this one, we are going to be dealing with Ares, but I really would like the Shepard to try and take out the nest as a priority, and I'm going to tell, let's get Mr. Brown to go for Ares, and finally we will also have Marshmallow going for Ares. If there aren't any Ares there, they'll just go for the Operaris, and that's honestly going to be more often the case than not. Now this is a fairly underpowered group. I am a little bit concerned, but we'll see how this goes. Very minimal cost to deploy, and we know that Russell can handle this temperature, which is why I haven't rejigged the Mr. Brown here. But let's get out and see what we can do. Now, I have kept the shellcracker for running the desert mission, which I would not blame you for raising a brow at that one. Still, I feel that they have the stronger lance overall, so we'll be able to tolerate it more. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nests. We've got 3 Brucus, and this right there is the entrance to the nest, I assume. Okay, well, let's get out there and start taking them out. We're going to be very aggressive with this group. There is no reason to not be. I would like you to just move straight down, please, and thank you. Go, go, go. Just engage as soon as you're able to. Entering enemy base. No, we're not, actually. I know you might think we're going to do that, but I promise you, that is not my goal. Alright, let's head straight down. You think I'm going towards the entrance of the base, but no. No, I'm going to the Brucus. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to need to gather all of this, but I'm going to assume that a retreat is not going to count as a successful run, and so I'm going to intentionally gather the gubbins rather than just assume we're going to pick it up automatically. That will be my plan for now. It looks like Marshmallow is making very short work of the Ares. Perfect. Keep it up. Oh, there. I say that, and one Ares gets past us. My bad. Still, it's okay for now. Alright. I want to split the group at this point. So, one of you head all the way up there. 2, you can head all the way over here. And then 3, which I believe is there. There we go. I want you to go all the way up to here. Go, go, go. Oh, did I did that, my bad. Right, you head up there, that's fine. This seems to be moving this away. Oh, there is still a Brucus up there. My bad. Well done for popping that. So, you know what? Maybe don't stand here, actually, on second thoughts. You are good. You keep going. It seems that the... it's trying to follow you. Keep going. No, wrong person. Uh-oh. Oh, no. You've been caught. You've been nabbed. Well, this is unfortunate. Oh, no. You are being... oh, God, okay. Well, we're finding out how this is going to play out. Oh, they're going to be slammed into the wall, aren't they? Or will that just stop the move? Either way, we're going to try and collect everything, and hopefully they will eventually be able to move away. We'll see, though. It does look like they are moving over to the wall. Please don't take a load of damage. Okay, they are being propped up against the wall, and that is okay. Let's get over here. Right, that's fine. You guys just stay there for now. And as soon as this stupid thing is gone... Alright, okay. Well, they didn't take any damage, but I can't imagine that any of the mech pilots managed to keep whatever they ate still inside them, considering that. Right, this over here... I think the going through the nest is kind of like a roguelike. It's like turn-based map movement. Either way, we're going to retreat. Right, so let me get back into there. There we go. Alright. Double click tells them to retreat. They're going to go back to their deployment zone, which is A. And we will be done with this mission. Well, hopefully, we're going to be bringing all of this back with us. I can't see why we won't. Different fanfare there for leaving a mission with technically a failure, but honestly, we did everything we wanted to do, and we did it with less people as well. You know what? Since you managed to... who was it? Who was free? I think Mini Murgle was the one that wasn't caught. So I'm going to give you two... you know what? I'm going to give everyone a medal. You're on a mission where people got sucked up into a tornado, and no one died. So I consider that an epic win. Well done. Right, now that is done. If I remove this, we can now see that that is permanently marked for us, which is actually really, really useful. Now then, let's get all of you out of there, and I will set up the next group. Okay, here we go. So, Frostfire and I think Shellcracker is going to focus on the Brukers, since they're going to be a bit more of a predictable target. Now, Mr. Pink and Digrig are not going to be perfect at taking on the Ares, but Digrig does have a slowing weapon, so it might be a little bit better for us. Now, this is the hotter environment, 149 degrees. We're likely going to see extremely high winds, but there are only 8 nests. Hopefully, we can cut through those relatively quickly. Right, let's see what we can do. It's going to be a very, very nice time when we can deploy our mechs twice per day. Right, once again, select a new camera mode. This one actually doesn't look too bad. Given this, we should be able to just sweep through here, take out the nest on this side. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem, though. I dislike that. I may utilize Digrig to go in there and just try and maybe even just rush Digrig to the enemy and just park them on top of the enemy. We'll have to see. Alright, let's get moving. Now we're going to be blown all over the place for a little while, which is kind of sucks, I'm going to be honest with you. Right, engage as much as you're able to. Just pop these nests as quickly as you can. Thank you. Try and avoid getting blown all over the place. That's right. Well done, Shellcracker. Take out that Brucus if you're able before it can get away. It's taken 3 Shellcracker missiles to the face before dying. That is actually kind of terrifying in its own way. Right, let's pop this nest. It's run straight into a wall, not getting away from us now. There we go, thank you. Right, now let's go and deal with the others. We do have a bunch of turrets that we're going to have to worry about. And also, the bugs are getting blown at us, which is not ideal for obvious reasons. Thankfully, we do seem able to deal with the areas, and keeping them at bay isn't too difficult. The other Brucus has come to say hi. I am tempted to force the group to approach. Okay, well, thank you very much for taking care of that group there, Shellcracker, but I am a little bit worried here, not going to lie. Try and pop all of these. We are just going to keep getting pushed back, aren't we? We're going to have to just brave it. Okay, just start marching forward, take out... Well, actually, I should have told you to prioritize one turret group over the others. That is unfortunate. You know what? Okay. Rejigging this. We've kind of made this problem a lot harder for us. I need you to draw back a bit, please. Draw back, Shellcracker, thank you. Try and stick together. We're going to have to push through. But we have made this a lot harder for ourselves with the presence of the turrets there, since it's going to be a lot more tricky for us to push through that. The presence of the tornado is not making any of this any easier either. Alright, come back together, please. Thank you very much. We do need to pop that nest, otherwise this is just going to be a war of attrition. We will eventually lose, I would say. Simply because we will take the odd hit from an Ares hither and yon. The other thing we could do is I could just burrow through at the top there, but trying to burrow while also dealing with the stability modifiers that we're having to play with here would be a nightmare in and of itself. I dislike being that close to these rocks. Maybe if we could just get up here, then we would see the Shellcracker taking a pot shot at the nest every now and then. But that other Brucus it's long gone now, unfortunately. We only got 2 of them, but 2 is still better than none, so I'll take it. Alright, let's hope that you guys can get a clear shot on this nest soon, or Shellcracker will take a shot at an Ares and pop these walls eventually. Okay, well the nest is moving forward, which actually gives us a little breathing room to advance, though. Shellcracker is still a liability in these kinds of tight quarters here. But I don't want to disable Shellcracker right now, because Shellcracker is also happens to be the most likely way that we're going to pop the nests from this kind of distance. Try and remove the turrets, if nothing else, then, because that's going to give us so much more flexibility in how we approach this area here. And if you're getting like 300 vibes right now, yes, I'm kind of thinking that as well. This is definitely Battle of Thermopylae levels of no progress happening at all from our side, at the very least. Well done on dealing with that Ares, though. You actually managed to keep it at bay really well. Kind of impressed. Not going to lie, very impressed, actually. Right, are we going to be able to remove that turret ever? Okay, we have removed the turret. Creep closer to the other one. Try and remove that one as well. Honestly, we might just need to barrel forward and just go for it. Take it out. As soon as you get really close, you'll prioritize it. Okay, that was an awful time to have done that, because we got swarmed by Operarius on the other side, so we stopped prioritizing. Right now, Shellcracker is not going to do a bloody thing, because everything is too close for Shellcracker to engage. Oh my lord, this is why I wanted the underpowered lance, the spear, on the other mission, because I knew this wind was going to be a real pain in the backside for us. Right, take these Ares out, because they're just going to keep chasing us down otherwise. Remove them from the equation. Oh. You know what? I hadn't noticed that before. The Operarius again is sucked up by the tornado. Huh. Can it grab the... will it also grab the turrets, I wonder? That would be wonderful if it would. Not going to lie. Alright, we're going to just have to risk it for a biscuit, I think. So, what we're going to do here... We're going to disable Shellcracker. I really didn't want to have to do this. But we're going to disable Shellcracker and we're going to march through. Hopefully. They are all low on stability because of the constant wind, so they're basically all dragging each other. But we should be able to make it through here. There we go. Take out that Ares. Don't let it just push us into the turret. Yeah, of course, a gust of wind causing us issues there. Right, that's it. You're making better progress. Take out the nests. That's all we need you to do, is just remove them from the playing field for now. Shellcracker is no longer a concern, so we should be able to make some more progress. Honestly, I should have disabled Shellcracker before. I was just being silly. I was just being stubborn more than anything, I guess. I don't want to have to keep microing which weapons are turned on at what times. This is not a good engagement. Pull back, pull back. We are being well overwhelmed here. I'm trying to give them small move orders so they don't separate too much. But my lord, the stability issues we've got here are just so debilitating. I think for these missions, I might even go further with the amount of plates that we put on. Let's have a look. Have we actually taken much in the way of damage to the chassis of the mechs? We are going to if we keep getting stuck here amongst all the Operarius. We need this nest removed, and we need it removed a long time ago, if I'm perfectly honest. Let's continue pushing through. That Ares completely missed us, which is great. Just finish the job. That's all I need you to do. Take that out, and we can start marching forward a little bit. Honestly, from this side, we might even want to turn the Shellcracker's weapon systems back on. My goodness. Just prior to target. There we go. Again, being stubborn, trying not to micromanage my team too much, but there are times when this definitely needs to happen, it feels like. Right, we are being attacked from all sides, so just draw back, make sure the enemies are all approaching from the same side. They're going to be fighting against the wind now as well, which is great for us. But we do need to get down there and deal with at least this nest, I would say. Oh, that was unfortunate. Both areas got pushed straight into us there. That didn't work to our advantage. Unfortunately, you are still way faster. So I do need to babysit you a bit. But let's get in here. Just approach and then priority target. All of the firepower in the same place. Down here again. But yeah, I'm just going to have to get past not wanting to babysit and micromanage the mechs too much. Both Sansevere and Bickle have taken a good couple of hits in this run, I would say. Right, we'll deal with the Operarius spawns here. That's not going to be too much to worry about. And again, the Shellcracker isn't going to engage Operarius, so we are safe to approach at this stage. Now, are we just going to burrow through? Well, there is a chance that Shellcracker would launch a missile to try and take out any Ares that pop over here. Right. Let's just go for it. I'm going to disable Shellcracker again. I'm so sorry, Shellcracker. I shouldn't have even bothered bringing you. I guess you'll get a little bit of experience for just being here, I suppose. But this has not been the best engagement, to be certain. As soon as this is removed, I will take off the restriction, and you can help pop the Ares and the final nest. There we go. I made that fight so much harder for myself by not being willing to just focus fire and micromanage the weapon systems. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Stubbornness doesn't help. But there we go. We finally got the mission complete. There's still one turret on the tile. Desert's still not a fun place for us to be ultimately, but that repair bill is going to be a lot higher. Sounds like I did get a level up though. So, you know, there is that. That being said, we did get a lot more materials from that. But I would like to see what the average reactor temperatures were. Yeah. Sounds like it was a little bit hot. But overall, not terribly bad. Okay, well, let's get back out. I think had that been any other group, or had that been before we'd gotten Encrypt the ability to use drones, our repair bill would have been significantly higher. But the danger here is that I think both Sansevere and Bicklo lost a chunk of vitality to the constant punting around by the Ares. We're going to want to try and increase safety on our mechs. I think that is going to be more important than control overall. We can still, for most of the mechs, drastically improve that. Improve their control whilst still greatly improving their stability. But now, honestly, I think everyone with drones. All of our mechs have drones. This would dramatically reduce the size of the lances that I'm having to field, while still making sure that the mechs remain in tip-top condition. So, sure, sounds like you get the drone system as well. But let's have a look at people's vitality. Yes, 37 vitality there. What a drop. Bicklo also popping you in there. I am so sorry. That was a rough one. That definitely was a difficult engagement. Have we got... looks like Clone 2, you're getting training again, no matter how this cake gets sliced. Having the ability to field all of our mechs twice would mean that I could field two... Well, actually, no, we don't have enough people for that, but we would be able to field the best mechs that we've got in a single lens, and that would actually be greatly welcomed. Now then, we've got 68 scientists. The next mech that we need to research, we're going to need another 50. It'll only give us 30 back. Unfortunate. That'll be ready in 3 days. This will be ready in 2. Doesn't matter to me as much. Well, given that then, how many days does this take? It takes 5 days. I will let this finish and this finish. They'll both be finished at the same time. And by then, we will likely have... Actually, no, we won't have anything. This one will be 1 day from completion. So we can just pop them on something and then 1 day later reprioritize over to this. I think that is a decent way of doing it. I really want this reactor so badly. We need better power generation. As for our engineers, what would we like to do? We've got enough almost for a full plate. I would say get another one of those on the go. I would very much like to get another rapid fire laser on the go as well. And then following that, my chief desire is to get some more layered armor so that we can actually properly armor up our mechs. That being said, how many engineers are required for the best strike face? Yeah, we're going to grab that instead. We'll get 20 of the highest tier strike face as well. It only requires 40 engineers to get another one of those pistons. 20 engineers for these. Only 1 day though. I see no reason not to. Sure, we'll pop those in there. Now, as for these, I'm thinking of dismantling a bunch of these. It's been suggested I dismantle our older tech. And once... I'm kind of strongly favouring just replacing all of these with the better motors. We're just not using these. It won't get us much, but it requires 15 engineers per, which is why I've been holding off on doing it. But I do see the use in it. Once I've got a full plate's worth of motors available, I'm not going to be building more. Or I might, just here and there. But we're going to start recycling the old motors. But there is still more motors to come, I should imagine. So we're not done with improving the motors that we've got just yet. Now, the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to start marching ever southward. So there we go. Last thing, the strategic move. And with that, I think we've come to the end of this episode. We made some decent progress, I think. Tomorrow we're going to get some new components for a better reactor, another motor, and some more specialists, which will actually be a big help. Then the following day we're going to get the Tesla and the reactor overcharge. And then the following day we're going to get a plate, and we're going to unlock the missile defense system. So we've got a very busy week heading up to... On Friday, we get the new reactor. So, yeah, we've got a very busy weekend. Saturday, my lord, just presents. This whole week is the best week. Usually don't look forward to Mondays, but this Monday is the herald of good times to come. But that is going to be it from me for now. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, engineers.